Well, I'm gonna have some good internet here in a minute, so I'm figured to shoot a vlog and go ahead and upload it. One of my big-time bullies is laying into it, accusing me of bullying people and using my disability for some sort of advantage. I'm going to talk about how stupid that is for a minute. I'm autistic and I have a hard time dealing with people, talking to people, dealing with emotions, dealing with social situations. I'm at a severe disadvantage here. What I'm doing is journalism, okay? When CNN does a report and they go into a muffler shop that lies to customers and they sting them and then put it on the 5 o'clock news like, hey, look, you lied to the customer, you did the wrong thing and we caught you. Yeah, it looks bad on them, because they're ripping off customers and doing the wrong thing and breaking their own policy and taking advantage of whoever the fuck walked through the door. But that's journalism, okay? I'm overcoming my disability to fight for civil rights concerning service dogs. I'm not bullying these places. I'm reporting on them. They are the bullies. They are the people that will come in a locker room and attack a disabled person while they're undressed and tell them they can't have their service dog there, or they have to show papers, or they have to have registration, or they're not welcome in the locker room because it's a wet area, or there's another customer with an allergy and you're going to have to provide an itinerary when you plan on being there to see if it's permissible for you to be there at that time. Okay, I'm overcoming my disability. It's hard for me to do this, harder for me than for you. Okay, I'm not using my disability to bully people. I got bullied because of my disability, and I'm overcoming my disability to help fight for civil rights so other people don't have to suffer what I suffer. So people don't have to stand up to a gym and become a civil rights activist and then get a stalker that harasses them for half a decade. But these people are bullies. They know what they're saying is bullshit. They're trying to trick you. So are you stupid? How smart are you? Are you going to get tricked by a 47-year-old pedophile that can't even use proper grammar and has thousands and thousands of posts about child sex? No. I'm not using my disability to bully people. I'm trying to overcome my disability and fight for people's rights. This is simple journalism, enshrined in the Constitution is a basic First Amendment right. The freedom of the press does not just mean Fox News, CBS, NBC. It means in America, all human beings have the right to freedom of the press. And if it embarrasses you and shames you and makes you look bad for you to tell the truth about something, well, maybe you should reconsider what you're doing. And if you lie on somebody, well, there's libel and slander laws, okay? But you cannot, well, one, the trolls lied left and right with the whole child molester. I'm a changed my name from Richard Crowell. I'm from Kentucky. I'm a fugitive from the FBI for skipping bail on multiple child molestation charges, all that shit. Okay, those are lies. It's libel and slander. That is not freedom of speech, which is what they're staying behind. Okay, freedom of speech is enshrined in the Constitution. Freedom of the press is enshrined in the Constitution. And the reason we have to have that ability is so people can't lie and say one thing and do another. Okay, I'm just going to these places and asking them, what's your policy on service dogs? If they fuck up, they fuck up. And not all of them do. It doesn't get a lot of views, but I have just had a positive one at LA Fitness. Like 120 people watch it, where I've had 6.5 million views otherwise. People only watch the dramatic stuff. Well, it's all true. Everything I said is true. If you don't think so, sue me, bitch. But there's a variety of answers, which should be another indication. When you get the variety of answers, you get a bunch of different stories, but one of them is in line with the Americans with Disabilities Act and aligns exactly what I say, and it shows up from time to time. And when it does show up, it is strictly verbatim what I've always said. And also in the links on the Service Dog channel that was taken down, every single video in the description, every one of them had links to the law, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and a paragraph telling you, if you don't want to trust my links, look it up yourself. Go to the United States Department of Justice website. That's .gov, justicedepartment.gov, okay? And look up the Americans with Disabilities Act. You know, the law, not the organization, is which doesn't exist, that my stalkers keep saying. No, I'm lying. I'm saying I'm an officer of the ADA, which there's no such thing. I'm a journalist reporting on business and police, government officials, and their compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act, or lack thereof. And it's very hard on me, and that's why I lost my service dog, for sure. The Torrance police took my service dog, the third one, after the video went viral of the one at Pizza Hut, the 2 million view one video, the biggest single video, whatever. That's why I lost the third service dog. Number 2 was because I went to the psych ward a whole bunch, and they kept separating me from my dog, and they were taking me to the psych ward because I kept getting harassed by bus drivers and trying to say that I don't have to show you documentation, medical documentation, to a ghetto bus driver in Gardena. I don't have to have a special vest or harness. I am allowed to come on with the dog without a cage, or a specific vest, or the law. You know, read the law. You got any questions? Read the fucking law. And then the first service dog, the one that there's practically no video, there's one clip and it will be coming back. It's saved on Google Drive, I have access to it. The oldest video ever made in 2013, the LA Fitness discriminating against me and Buddy Bear Without a Care. The first primary, I never made videos back in those days. You can hear me in the very first video I ever made. I'm sick and tired of discrimination. This place. There was 5 places at LA Fitness, 5 different branches that discriminated. And then finally, after the 6th location and 20th time they discriminated, I pull out my camera, like, I'm going to tell people what you're doing. Now here it is, 8 years later, and they're starting to change their tone, and their tone is changing to what I've said from the get-go, which is compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Okay, but I only started recording to prove what was going on, because 24 Hour Fitness came first. I was with 24 Hour Fitness for several years. 3 years, 2 years, 2.5 years, something. Then I got my service dog. Well, for those couple of years, it was fine. I was welcome to come. Yeah, except for one time I got out of jail. There was an issue. They wouldn't let me in because I was behind on my bill. I hadn't paid. But they were plain and simple. You need to get the money. Pay us the money. You're welcome. Okay, and it was shitty enough to get a shower right out of jail, whatever. But I came up with the money, gave them the money, got in. No problem. Get a service dog, banned for life. Over and over, discriminations, and they still when I Moreno Valley, there did 4 access checks. Planet Fitness, the clerk failed, her boss passed, but asked if the service dog was really there before she gave the right answer, which is something suspicious and repeated. Crunch Fitness failed and called the boss and kind of relinquished. 24 Hour Fitness failed flat out, period. Went and got the manager failed. You weren't coming in there with service dog. LA Fitness passed. So that means there's a 75% chance of failure if you just walk into a gym in Moreno Valley with a service dog, like if you're a combat veteran or a blind person or whatever. That's another side point. Aaron Woody, the old dude from Kentucky, is insisting that only seeing eye dogs are service dogs. Clearly, he hasn't read the Americans with Disabilities Act, and that's disrespectful on multiple fronts, because he has psych issues and goes to the psych ward all the time, and probably could find something for an applicable task for himself. And then his friend, me, well, my father was military. They're saying all the PTSD dogs are bullshit, and I've got severe mental health issues, and he knows. But he's saying only seeing eye dogs. It's not in the law, it's not written anywhere, but he just made it up, so you make it up. No, I'm a civil rights activist. I'm doing what I have to do to survive, because this is real discrimination. These are real buses and real grocery stores and real gyms that have caused me irreparable damage and years of suffering, and will do it to other people. And there's, like this Aaron Woody asshole, he's the same type of fucker that'll bully people, and he's into adrenochrome and killing kids and eating them to gain psychic power. He's a meth head. He's bad all the way around. He's, remember, the Troll Brigade Mafia. He's partnered with the pedophile. He never made it out of Kentucky because he can't get away from trailer park trash. Okay, and he's jealous that I did. But he's the type of person, he'll say all this shit and he'll give a disabled person hell. But if his mother had a problem, oh, you would bet it was like that he would know the Americans with Disabilities Act, and he would be all up your ass if you had the audacity to violate his mother's rights. But she's special, right? She gets the rights guaranteed to her by law, and I don't, because I'm an ugly retard that no one likes. So the rules are different, right? No. I'm not using my disability to bully people. I'm overcoming my disability to fight for truth and justice. I'm reporting the truth. And the bullies can't stand it. Their only chance is to false flag my shit is pornography and take it down, because the truth is the truth. These are bad people. These are people that get pleasure from bullying other people. Every day we see how they lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie. But everything I say comes from, was it 1991 or 1992, the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed. I believe 91. Okay, so third of a century. It's a document. Read it. Look it up. And if you don't think that I have the right to go ask 24-Hour Fitness or a Walmart or the bus driver of a municipal transit authority if they know how to deal with the Americans with Disabilities Act, well, you're not American, are you? You don't believe in civil rights. And get this, in other countries, it would be even worse for you, because you go to Europe, dogs are permitted because of the fact they're not disease vectors. And you're considered a bigot if you get a problem with the dog's presence that's not doing anything wrong. But here in America, you can claim you don't believe in cell theory, and you don't believe in diseases or come from bacteria and viruses, and you can be Hindu and think that dogs or canine are bad juju, man, bad spirits. Perfectly legal. And we cater to those people who don't care about science. They're usually Republican. But Republicans are also for small government, which means you can't make a law restricting someone, punishing someone for having disability, for having a service dog. And there's equal protection. You're supposed to be able, me having a service dog is supposed to be the same as you, or your mother having a service dog. But it's not. And I've proven countless times they lie, they cheat, they cover it up, and they recruit people like these bullies that get such pleasure out of bullying people. And they turn around and say, oh, you're a bully. You're using your disability to bully people. Oh yeah, you being autistic makes it so easy for you to confront law enforcement and store clerks and managers and be harassed constantly online and give up privacy and be stalked relentlessly. Yeah, I'm using my disability, aren't I? No. I'm overcoming to a degree. I'm fighting to not like a complete victory, but I managed to stand up for myself a few times. And the cops can't stand it, the bullies can't stand it, so they have to lie. And how do they lie? What do they say? Child sex, child sex, child sex, child sex, child sex, child sex. The cop watcher I met in 2015, Richard Crowell, only films the police because he hates the treatment he got in prison for child sex. So all he does all day is spew messages about child sex. And all the friends he recruits are into child sex, child sex, child sex, child sex. And if I pop off and I kill some people, it's not going to be because I'm into child sex and I derive pleasure from it. It's because someone in society has to stand up and stop these people that are into child sex from hurting people for pleasure and hurting children for pleasure. Somebody got to do it. Stand against the pedophile. Support me.